Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Happy Wednesday. We are here with another couple of random items for my box lunch series, which comes out on Wednesdays around noon Eastern time, where I find random items at a store and make a box for it. So these are great for craft fairs, Secret Santa, your kids' school, whatever you need a little box for. And just, some ideas. Now, I'm not in the United States, and so we don't have this Tiffany name brand, but they have it here and it has my name on it. So of course I'm going to buy everything. And then these are little Mambas snacks. We do have Mambas, but I've never seen the Coca-Cola ones. Isn't that awesome? All right, so I think I want to make a little Matchbox tray box. Okay, that's just gonna go around in my brain right now. I gotta think that through because I just made that up. So let's go ahead and do our repetition box that we do every single week. And then I'll think about the Matchbox while I'm doing this because my brain works crazy like that. Okay, so let's measure this out, which it looks like it's gonna be 2 inches. And then how long do I want this? 2 3/4 by 1 because I think that's just going to be easier for, I'm measuring this. It's about 1. Yeah. All right. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, half, half. Okay. Now, red, my up and down. Is that the one that was? Yeah. 2 3/4. Blue, my left to right measurement was 2. Okay, math out, left to right. 2 4 5 6 7. Okay, let's math the length. We have 2 3 4 5 3/4. Right, 1 2 3 4 5 3/4. Yep. Okay, let's look at our pen. Our long side is our blue. And so our measurements are going to be 1. You need to add 2 inches to that. 3, add 1 inch to that. 4, add 2 inches to that. 6. 1 3 4 and 6. 1 3 4 and 6. Hopefully that works out. Our short side, we need 1/2. And then we need to add 1 inch to that, so 1 1/2. And then we'll get the other 2 measurements when we do it on the scoreboard or whatever this thing is called, paper trimmer. All right, so let's get a piece of paper. Dang, we are just too big to get 2. But that's okay. All right. Five 3/4. It doesn't matter which measurement you do first. I just like to save paper, so I try to visualize which is going to save paper or what I can use the other piece for on a different project. So that's what I do. All right, so the long side at top, and we're going to score it at 1 3 4 and 6. Okay, we're gonna turn it to the short side, and we need 1/2 inch That's for our little closure flap. And then we need to add an inch to that, so we need to score this at 1.5 on both sides. So 1/2 inch and 1.5 on both sides. Okay. So that comes to 1/2 inch, 1.5, 4.25, and 5.25. So 4.25 and 5.25. Okay. We're going to, here we go. I couldn't find my tool. Burnish now, or you can cut first and varnish. It don't matter. You just have to varnish whenever you're doing boxes. Varnishing, okay, well, varnishing is not an option, it's a requirement. Okay. You can use your bone folder, you can use your squeegees, you can use a credit card, whatever you have to varnish it. Popsicle stick, butter knife. You know, sometimes you're on vacation and you don't remember to bring all your tools. Anyway, starting position, your 1/2 inch is on the top and the bottom. So put the long side of your paper at the top. Here's our repetition practice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We never need those 4 boxes. Not when we're doing a lay flat box. Okay. So cut the 4 boxes out. Cut the 4 boxes out. Whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. Okay. We're going to miter our little flappy. Okay, we're going to cut up our score line, cut off roughly half, and we're going to miter, and we're going to miter. Okay, it did take me a while to learn how to miter a tiny bit. Practice that because you don't want to take off too much. Okay. All right. Same, we got to do whatever we did to the top, we got to do to the bottom. So cut up, cut roughly half, and we're going to miter and miter. And we're going to cut the score line, cut off half, and miter and miter. We are going to glue our tab. Oh, that was a lot of glue that came out. Put our box together, however it makes you comfortable to put it together. I got to give this an extra second to dry because I had entirely too much glue. It is all over the inside and the outside. That's why I'm going to keep it open. I forgot to corner round. All right, so take your flap. Obviously, it's not a big deal. And corner round. Corner round. Actually, this might be easier. Corner round. Yeah, it's easier when the box is closed. All right, tabs in. Snacks. Perfect fits. Well, you know what? We could probably fit like a little... No, I'm not going to tell you that because you don't have that in the States. Never mind. It's like a little tea thing, but we don't have it in the States. All right. And I'm not bringing a whole bunch home for everybody. All right. So our box is done. As always, your optional finger pull that I always forget. Okay. Now, a Matchbox tray. I am completely making this up and as we go along, so bear with me. Scratch paper. All right, so we know our box size is 2 3/4 by 2 by 1. I'm a visual person. I have to write the item size at the top of my paper. Even though I have it right here, I have to write, I just have to. All right, so I want the box and I want to put a little tray, like a little divider line tray thing in the inside. Okay, so I know I need this to be 1 inch all the way around. So 1, 1, 1, 1. My up and down is 2 3/4, and my left and right is the 2. So let's add that up. 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 3/4. Okay, so 4 by 4 3/4, scored at 1 inch on all 4 sides. And I just dropped my scoring blade. I don't even know what measurement I just did. 4. Okay, so 4 by 4 3/4. And we need a score at 1 inch on all 4 sides to make this little tray. I gotta find my, of course it flew across the room because I have tiled floors. All right, so let's go ahead and move that out the way. And we're gonna score at 1 inch on all 4 sides. If you have the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer and you need some more score blades, you can now buy the score blades in the online exclusives section. If you need help, I don't know what that beeping noise was. Okay. Yes, I'm a scary Larry and it scared me. If you need help finding where the scoring blades are, just reach out and I will help you. Okay. I'm trying to ignore the fact that I'm legit scared. All right, so let's go ahead and varnish our box. All right, we're gonna cut our tabs. It doesn't matter which side you cut your tabs. I'm gonna cut off roughly half of my tab just because I don't like the bulk. Okay, and I have such a hard time explaining this type of box. If you saw last week's hinged box, oh my gosh, I don't know why I cannot explain this simple box. I'll get used to it. We'll do these boxes often, I guess. Okay. Just like in school, I couldn't get simple like multiplication, but if you needed to find the f of x, I was your girl. But don't ask me to do simple addition or subtraction because I gotta use my fingers on my toes. All right, so let me go ahead and glue my tabs. I like to do all 4 at the same time. You don't have to. Okay. So this is just making a bottom tray. Super easy, right? Okay. Now, what I need to do is figure out, well, I gotta let my glue dry. That's what I need to do. Okay. Now I need to figure out where I want my little tray thing, divider. I know this is gonna seem a little petty for this little tiny bit of candy, but I do want a little divider in there. I think I do. I don't necessarily need a divider, but we're gonna have a divider because I already said it. So my divider needs to be, I think, 1 1/4. Yep. So I need to take a little piece of paper, just a scrap, and okay, I will give you the measurements after I figure it out. So I know it needs to be by the 2 3/4, the lengthwise. So lengthwise needs to be 2 3/4. A little less than 2 3/4 because you want it to fit in your box. Okay. So now widthwise, I need 1 1/4 plus 1 1/4, so 3. I'm going to put it by 3. We're going to see if this works. Okay. Then I'm going to score it at 1 1/4. Okay, 1 1/4 and 1 1/4 is 2 1/2. My bad. Okay. We're going to score it at 1 1/4. Okay. But what I did not account for is I need the flaps. Okay, so I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch on either side. You guys get to see the madness of my brain because I need 2 little flapperdoodles here, right? Yeah. To go in there. So that way I have a little divider. Yay! Okay. And I scored on the wrong sides for my divider. So I need to redo that real quick. And I will tell you the actual measurements. Okay. So I was debating on different ways on how to explain this little piece in here. But I'm just going to leave it how we were just doing it. So you can make this little divider. All you need is 2 flaps and a mountain fold. So depending on how tall you want your divider, that's how you're going to do your measurements, okay? I know that sounds a little confusing, but if you want my exact measurement, I have 2 1/2 by 2 3/4. And on the short side, I scored at 1/2, 1 1/4, and 2 1/8. Really, that's what it is. So honestly, let me see what this piece was. This one was, so you can, if you want to do easy measurements, just cut your paper to the length, a little tiny bit less than the length of your box, and just do like this. Okay, that's the length of your box. And then, trying to decide the easiest way to explain this. Because mine's not even the length of the box, but that's okay. This one is. All you need is like a 1/2 inch flap on either side, and then whatever measurement you want for your height, which mine ends up being 3/4 of an inch high if you do my measurements. And then you're just going to lay it in there. You can glue your flaps closed if you want, your divider, but it'll stay. It's tight in there. It doesn't need to be glued for my purpose. Okay, so now that we have our little divider, which we don't have to have, that's just an optional thing if you want it, let's go ahead and make a wrap for this. So For the wrap, this is going to be the wrap. We need to cover our sides. So we already know that this is 2 inches. We're going to need another inch to cover this side, 3, another inch to cover that side, 4, and we're going to need, you could do a full 2 inches if you wanted to cover the back. So that's 2, 4, 5, 6. You can do it 6 inches if you want. Probably don't need that much, but we're going to go with that. So we're going to go with 2 3/4 because that's our length by 2, 4 by 6. Okay. We're going to score it at 1 inch, I think. Three inches and 4 inches. I don't think that's going to work out. Let's see. It doesn't. Okay. So cut your paper by 7, I'm going to say 7.5. 2 3/4 by 7.5. Again, the correct measurements will be in the description box. By 7.5. So that gives us 1.5 inches to work with. So let's go ahead and score it at 1 inch, 2 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches. Okay. I'm a very, I don't know what you call it, but I can see what, I can visualize in my brain the outcome. So that's how I'm able to determine my score lines. Okay. So it should wrap around, where's our box? It should have 1 inch on the bottom, 1 inch to cover the side, 2 inches to cover the top, 1 inch to cover the side, and then you're going to have some extra here to cover your box. In which, that's great because I'd rather have too much than not enough. So my little 1 inch, I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Make sure it's lined up. I'm going to cut off my extra. Okay. That looks like it's about 1/2 inch. So we can do it by 7. Okay. There we go. So now when you pull this, you have a little tray with your 2 little snaps, with a little divider if you want the divider. If not, you can take the divider out. But let me write these measurements down. Okay. So my wrap, we can do 2 3/4 by 7. Let's just make sure it's correct. 2 3/4 by 7. And we're going to score at 2 3/4 by 7. The long side was 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4, and 5. 5. It should be in 5. This is why you use the cheaper cardstock that's not expensive. So you guys got to see the crazy world of my brain. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Perfect. That's how it works. That's how I make these boxes. This is the madness. The little divider, I will put the measurements of the divider if you want it. I just think it looks really cute, the little divider. You can do it a different color if you wanted to, just to give it a little extra pizzazz, or it looks just as cute without the divider. Okay. All right. Let's decorate these. Maybe. Okay, this is going to be quick. We got 4 minutes. We're using our same vintage country. I'm going to use up every piece of this 6x6 paper pad. It's this here, Country Harvest. All right, let's see the paper I have. Well, we're going to have to cut up our chalk. It's okay. So we know it's 2 3/4. Oh, no, it's by 2. Ha. Okay. We're going to put the butterflies. Actually, I'm going to put the leaves on here. So a little less than 2 3/4 by a little less than 2. Okay, that'll fit on there perfectly. And then we're going to add some stickers because we're not saving them. We are going to use them. And I'm going to use all of these box lunch series in swaps, or maybe I'll just give them all away. I don't know. Okay. Sticker sheet. Let's go. Let's go with pumpkin spice. And let's have a pumpkin. Maybe a blue one. No, white one. No blue. Okay. And ha! Beautiful. And we're done. You know what? I'm going to add a gem because they're right here and I have time. Okay. Gem. Gem. I have to do 3. There's no 2. Okay. Oh my gosh. If I'd have taken the time to get my pick tool, take your pick tool, it'd have been so much easier. Okay. Perfect. All right. Next box. Let's go. We gotta hurry up. 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches. Where's that orange? I'm gonna cut my truck. It's a little less than 2 inches. A little less than 2 3/4. Glue. This is how long it should take you to mat. When you're doing these for craft fairs, the kids' classroom, your coworkers, because they're going to throw it away. They're going to enjoy it for a week and throw it away. So fast. Okay, so I want this little leaf. That. And I want to sing. I want much. This random hello. I'm gonna lift my sticker up just a little bit, just to kind of put this in the corner over here. I love it. And there we go. We decorated. We are all done. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, guys. I hope you are enjoying this series as much as I am. And thanks for watching. Bye.